Hello, everyone. Good to have you here. My name is Eero Arvonen. I've been working with Enento Group for about 4 or 5 years now. My current title is Solution Architect. So I'm one of the tech guys around here. So to put Heikki's message into more concrete terms, I was brought on to demo you guys some of the capabilities we've developed over the last couple of years. And the service we are talking about today is called Account Insight. It has to do with open banking and the PSD2 regulation that came into effect about a year ago. So let's take a look at what the service is about. Basically, this is what the service does. It accesses the bank account data of a loan applicant, henceforth known as the PSU or payment service user, based on their consent. It processes the data in the context chosen by the PSU on behalf of a creditor. It delivers actionable facts regarding the applicant's financial behavior for the purpose of credit risk assessment. And all of this is done in a compliant way. And by compliance, I mean in specific the PSD2, of course, and GDPR. Now, I believe Heikki promised you guys a live demo, so I had better deliver here. So let's get that thing going, eh? Here we go. So this is our testing tool, the sample bank. It's a bit ugly, but don't worry about it. You won't be seeing much of this. Before we get going, let's do a little mental exercise here. Let's imagine you are applying for credit. You're at the web page of a bank filling out an application. It's asking you for stuff like net income, monthly expenses, number of children, that sort of thing, right? So once you fill out that application form, you click next, and this is what happens. Okay, let's do English because we're international here. You see this as the first thing. We're not going to read through the terms and agreements right now, terms and conditions rather. I'm just going to agree. And you will be given the option to choose your bank. Now, Osuuspankki has the best sandbox in my opinion, so we're going to go with that for now. And the system will direct you to strong authentication. Let's see if I remember the test credentials still. There we go. And once you do your strong authentication, you will be given a list of your bank accounts. And you will be able to consent to us accessing whichever ones of them you would like. So we're going to choose this one and hit accept. And in a minute, we will be directed back to Account Insight. Now, behind the scenes, Account Insight is downloading the account data, and there we go, we are ready. So as the applicant, you would now be directed back to the bank's page eventually, but under the hood, we've done the calculations I was talking about earlier and the risk assessments. So let's go back to the testing tool for a bit. Let's see if we have the results, and we do. Let's grab these to something where they are viewed a little better. Now this is ever so slightly technical, but do not worry. So here we have this element called employment. So this is the data as the computer sees it. So if it's a bit confusing, don't worry. Basically, what our system is telling the creditor is that based on the transactions that the PSU had on their bank account, we are confident that they are working for a company called Tilupalvelut Oy with a monthly net salary of about 2,500 euros. So if you were applying for credit and said you work for this company and earn this much per month, the creditor would be inclined to believe you based on actual facts that can be demonstrated. I believe that is the demo we're done with the demo, so let's go back to the slides for a minute. To give you guys a short technical look here, this is the application architecture of Account Insight, the way it's built. So the system is basically split into several smaller components, also known as microservices. They are represented here by the white and blue shipping container looking things. Let's go through a couple of these quickly. For instance, there are a couple of services here in the red box that affect the calculation. One is for the purely mathematical portion. It's the most intense part of the process and can be scaled up and down independently. The other service in the red box is for matching companies. You've probably taken a look at your own transactions in your own bank accounts, and it's not always easy to tell what the actual counterparty of each transaction is based on the name that you see on the statement. So we have a microservice to do exactly that. Next, integrations. So we didn't want to expend resources on building all the bank integrations one by ourselves. So we partnered up with a vendor. Later, we might have a need to include another vendor if we're expanding to other markets or such, or we might want to build direct bank connections. So this was all taken into account in the application architecture. With one microservice per direction of communication to and from the bank, the rest of the system is completely counterparty agnostic. So all in all, because we compose our services from microservices, we can change any one of these without rebuilding, redeploying, or retesting all of them. And what's even more important, we can reuse all of these capabilities in any context. Okay, so I showed you some pictures with cute little animal logos and a quick demo. So what? Well, first of all, we are cutting edge. Our goal is to profile as a cool fintech, all the while retaining the trust and respect we've earned over the long years, as Heikki mentioned. Secondly, I've been sounding our horn for a few years now, traveling the world, showcasing what it is we do. People in the tech community know us now, and this helps us to attract top professionals. Finally, we build scalable solutions here. In events like these, our CEO, Jukka, is always quick to mention our scalable business models. But it's my job to mention that the technical decisions, such as one made here, affect how scalable our solutions are. Reusability through and through. Let me give you one final example. Let's say you want to rent an apartment. Yeah. Usually you'll have to prove you have income. And how do you do that? Well, you might go into your online bank account. You might export your payslip as a PDF file or something, and you might attach it to an email and send it to the landlord. Right? No. That way is not reliable. It's not automated, and it's most definitely not secure. But our stuff is. And this is the way we do things around here. We build them once, we build them well, and we run them anywhere. Thank you.